Plaintiff Jamia Greenwich says she's dreamt of being a princess on her wedding day since she was a little girl. Jamia hired the defendant to plan her fairy tale nuptials, but instead she ruined the entire day by serving the wrong food, which was undercooked, and putting up shoddy decorations. Jamia is suing for wedding expenses and emotional distress. Defendant Yolanda Lopez says when Jamia approached her about planning her wedding, Yolanda was hesitant because she witnessed Jamia and her husband beat up a woman at another wedding, and the police had to use tasers to get them off of her. Yolanda refuses to pay Jamia anything because she denies causing her emotional distress.
Tell me what happened.
Since I was little, I dreamed of the day that I could be, a princess for the day, my wedding. And just from my dress to the decorations, the food, my friends and family there, and I wanted it all to be perfect. And
Since you were a kid, did you dream of that day?
Because you guys are guys.
Yeah, I think I did. Yeah.
Hold on, let's make this clear because a lot of folks don't believe this is the case. What do you suggest that means? What do you think that means? We're guys.
Well, you guys are guys, so little girls, they think of, princesses.
Why wouldn't men think of being a prince at their wedding?
They may. I would hope that they would, but a lot of guys sometimes don't.
Why?
Because they're being tied down for the rest of their life.
Because they're being tied down for the rest of their lives.
Good answer.
And you're suggesting perhaps many, if not most guys, don't want to be tied down the rest of their lives.
Well, I don't know. It's just they would.
I'm glad I hear this from a woman.
I'm loving it.
Because a lot of guys, I don't know about a majority, perhaps a majority, they don't want to be tied down with a marriage, particularly early in their life. Go ahead. I'm not like that. I wasn't like that. I was anxious. Go ahead.
Well, it's just me. That's what I wanted, to be like, Cinderella and all dressed up and everything. And my wedding planner, if that's what you want to call her, pretty much ruined it.
How did you find her?
Well, Miss Yolanda actually did a wedding that I attended in November of 2009, and the wedding was great. It was actually phenomenal. The decorations were good, the food was good, it went smoothly, was on time, it was perfect. And so in February of 2010, I actually hired Miss Yolanda Lopez to go ahead and be our wedding coordinator as well. And she was supposed to provide the food, the decorations for the wedding, including all of the flatware and dishware for our wedding.
For what price?
$1,355.
Let me hear from her.
First of all, Judge, I've been a wedding planner for 12 years. And when Mia came to me for her wedding, I hesitated because of the wedding that I did for his brother, where I witnessed how violent they could be.
What happened at that wedding?
They got in a fight with the lady, and he punched the lady on the floor.
Her fiance?
And she kicked him. Yeah, they kicked and beat up this lady so bad.
That is not true at all.
They beat up this lady so bad.
She has no clue what she's talking about. She says that the police were called at this event, and actually there wasn't a verbal altercation that happened at the event between my husband and his sister. So
his own sister?
His sister.
Why?
They were arguing over, I don't know, I honestly don't know what they were arguing over.
You want to tell us?
Sure.
State your name.
Nathan Greenwich.
What do you want to say to this allegation that you jumped on your own sister at your brother's wedding?
It's not true. Me and my sister, we got in a verbal argument. I honestly don't even remember what it was about, and that's as far as it went, was just words between me and her.
All right, I believe you're lying. I believe you know what it was about. Have a seat. So if how you're going to have a verbal altercation at your brother's wedding and not remember what it's about? Go ahead. You're probably right. They probably was kicking, fighting, swinging, and everything else.
There was
He
blood
gonna get up and
everywhere.
tell that big lie.
I mean, they brought the police in. They couldn't control them, and they had to use tasers to stop them. They got arrested. People got sent to the hospital that day.
That's funny because neither one of us have an arrest.
All right, ma'am, that's fine. That's fine. Go
so
ahead.
That's why I was kind of hesitating to do her wedding, and I never thought that she would turn into the Godzilla bride. That it was just.
What was the agreement?
That I was going to do the decoration and the catering for 75 people.
Do you have a written agreement?
Yes.
Let me see. All right, ma'am. Resume your testimony.
Okay, when I got to the wedding, Yolanda was supposed to be there at 12 p.m. The wedding was supposed to start at 3. I actually went to the venue early because I had to drop off a laptop for, the video.
To warm up.
That's a good one. Go ahead. I'm like, dog, you there warming up on the punching bag, getting ready. And then what happened? You went there
I went to go drop the laptop off, and she wasn't there yet. So I called Yolanda, and I said, Yolanda, where are you? And she said, I'm still in Phoenix, and the wedding was in Chandler, and it's about maybe 30 to 35 minutes away. And she said, I'm still in Phoenix, but I'm on my way there.
But someone was there.
Okay.
And so I went back to my house to finish getting ready. I didn't actually see the wedding until my dad was actually walking me down the aisle. And when I walked down the aisle, this is the first time me seeing the venue. I'm walking down the aisle and nothing was done. Like the runner, and I have pictures of everything.
You don't have a wedding coordinator?
I had a lady that was there.
Quiet, ma'am.
Yes, I did. My aunt was actually coordinating for me. There was nothing that we can do. Like the wedding, the guests were already there, and I found out later that my aunt said we knew that everything was like the way it was, but we wanted to try to make the best of the situation because we didn't want to call you.
Did your aunt mention anything to her, to your knowledge?
No, not to my knowledge. I do have witness statements from my aunt and my mother.
I'm just saying how some of it probably could have been dealt with before you had to endure this type of embarrassment and hurt. Nonetheless, when you were walking down the aisle, what did you see that was unsatisfactory?
First of all, when I first walked in, I noticed that the arch was in the back of the room, and the arch you're supposed to get married under the arch.
Correct.
And the aisle runner was all ripped up. It was all ripped up. And the way that we had our wedding, you were already sitting at your table when we walked down the aisle. We saw the head table and it was all blank. There was nothing on it. But at the last wedding that I went to, it was all decorated, and she had the bride, she this big queen chair, and I also put pictures in there of her past events. I mean, my seat covers were, some of them didn't even have sashes, and they were ripped up. The black part was ripped up. When we did the reception, the food there was hair in people's food, and we ordered boneless, skinless chicken breast, and we got chicken back. And she had chicken back, and I'm like, who would order chicken back for their wedding? And not only, let's just say I did order the chicken back, cook it. It wasn't even done. It was red, and then the guy served the food. And they had on their street clothes. Altogether, her whole entire crew consisted of 3 people. 3 people, and that was it. And I asked her, and after my husband's best man, Anthony, went and picked his fork up and saw the hair in his food, that's when I said enough is enough. And I went, and I, in my dress, went back to the kitchen to find Yolanda. And when I found her, she said, I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do now. My whole crew got into an accident. And I'm like, your whole crew got into an accident? And she's like, well, there's nothing I can do. And she eventually locked herself in the kitchen saying, oh, these people are violent. Do you know, I didn't dance at my wedding. I didn't get to throw my bouquet. I didn't get to dance with my dad. Finally, I'm with somebody that my father approves of. And for the first time, I'm happy in my life. And for my wedding, it's all ruined. And all she can say is, well, I'm sorry, my crew got into an accident. That's not my fault.
Ma'am?
No, it's not true about the arch. When I got there and I started decorating.
What do you mean it's not true?
The sound man.
Hold on. Explain what you mean by it's not true.
Okay. Where she wanted her arch. The sound man that was there, he put the screen and he was going to show pictures of Mia, and he told me not to put it there, and I told him Mia wants it here.
Told you not to put an arch where it always goes?
Where she wanted it, yes. Okay. He said if I put it, he was going to move it.
And did you go to the wedding coordinator?
There was nobody there. Nobody of her family was there.
Who were you answering to? There was no one other than her that was directing you?
Yes,
She was the only one?
Yes.
Never spoke with anyone else?
No.
You never spoke with the person who let you in the church?
No,
How did you get in?
Church,
you broke in?
It was the hall.
Pardon me?
It's a hall. She got married at the hall.
Did someone let you in the hall? Who let you in?
The wedding decorator, the one that rented.
You just told me there was no one else
Well,
you
if it
spoke
was
to. Now there's another wedding decorator. I thought you were hired to be the wedding decorator. So what wedding decorator are you referring to?
I'm talking about the lady that rented the hall. She's the one that opened the hall for us.
You refer to her as a decorator, though.
No, she's not a wedding decorator.
That's what you said.
Yes, but I was
Pardon?
wrong. I'm wrong.
All right. How do you explain the other complaints?
On the food, yeah, they got in an accident and it was only 3 people, but we had everything under control.
Why'd you have to tell her about the accident? Why did you mention it?
I'm not.
Pardon me? Right. I know you can't answer it. How do you explain locking yourself up? Did you do that?
No, I didn't. I had the whole family cursing me and telling me.
Why was the whole family cursing you?
They were mad.
What were they mad about?
They said that we were serving the food too slow.
Okay.
So I had told them what had happened. There was like 10 people in the kitchen.
10 people came into the kitchen and began cursing you.
Yes.
All right, so you locked yourself in there.
No, I didn't lock myself in there.
What did you do?
Well, because of the event that I saw, I thought that everybody was out of control.
What did you do?
I left and I went to go get the people that are in charge of the hall so they could come help me. It was security.
Help you do what?
We'll get these people under control, you know.
Under control? They were just telling you off, you said.
Well, yes, but I know. But we had already served everything.
You felt threatened physically?
Yes, I did.
Did you call the police?
No, I didn't.
Well, the next time you feel threatened physically by 10 people who are cursing you, call the police, all right? In the meantime, pay her money. You've totally breached this contract. You certainly caused emotional distress on what she views as the biggest day of her life. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Well, I'm sorry for what happened. Mia, sorry.
Well, I'm sorry that you lied and you tried to play innocent and crazy and you locked yourself in. I hope you don't lock yourself into anywhere else, and no, we won't be using you for anything else.
Hi, Judge Mathis. My name is Brianda. I have a question for you. My child's father is dating someone I do not like. How can I prevent him from having this person around our child?
The only way you could do so, Brianda, is by court order. You would have to convince the court that the person you are concerned about presents some sort of threat or danger to your child, and that it is in the best interest of the child to keep this person away.